Hello, my name's Timothy. I'm currently a junior in mechanical engineering, and today what I want to talk about is some of the projects that I've worked on, and then also a little overview of what I want this YouTube channel to focus on, and some of the different types of material that I'd be going over, and some of the different types of content that I would produce. So, first, let's just talk a little bit about my background. So, I have about 5 years of mechatronics experience. That includes building different robots, programming them, designing them, and then ultimately being able to manufacture and assemble all of these different designs. I've worked on FIRST robotics teams in FRC and FTC, but I've also worked in the rival robotics scene and BattleBots as well. All these different topics are things that I want to make videos on because they each have their own unique set of design constraints, but also more important design philosophies that you want to apply while going about creating unique solutions to different problems. Now, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about some of the different aspects that I'll be covering on YouTube and some of the different things that I want to be able to make videos on. So, the first thing is making cool projects. I want to be able to use this channel as a way to talk about cool and innovative robotics projects and motorsports and just mechanical engineering projects in general that people can work on. Because I'm a college student, I live in an apartment by myself, and I don't have a lot of money because I'm in college. So a lot of these projects are going to be really approachable on a budget scale as well. It's going to involve a lot of things like 3D printing, maybe simple CNC manufactured parts, a lot of laser cutting, just about anything that you can find that you can do for cheap. Maybe locally sourced parts from other things like IKEA and things of that nature, where you can use some of these pre-made components inside of your building philosophy and building design. So that's the first thing I want to do. I want to be able to make really cool projects and be able to share them with you guys, and not just share them, but also talk a lot about how they work. I feel like a lot of people share their really cool projects. I think that's fantastic. Being able to just go watch in a list of all of the really amazing things some people have been able to accomplish in the field of robotics and just mechanical engineering is super interesting. However, peeling back those layers of, okay, you have this really cool like solution, how do we take that and break it down into a designable set of steps so that somebody can actually go about creating this product that you just made? And so that's talking about reverse engineering, which is actually a huge element of engineering, is figuring out how to reverse engineer components. I'll definitely talk a lot about that because it's really critical to be able to inspire your designs based off of what other people have attempted and successfully produced previously. The other thing I really want to focus on is teaching. I want to make things approachable. So, for example, say there's a really cool robot that's being produced. I want to break down each of those individual components of the robot and not just, wow, you have this really big robot. Here's all the smaller parts that make the robot work. Okay, how do the smaller parts actually function, and why do we choose the smaller parts that we choose to be able to make up this larger construction? That kind of knowledge is the knowledge that allows for you to go from, okay, I have this cool design, I want to build it, to I have this finished product and I know how to be able to make it. All of the little itty bitty steps is what makes that a feasible design process. The last thing I want to do is I just want to showcase and break down projects. So I've completed several projects that I just want to showcase sort of my design process, my design thoughts, my design steps as well. So going through the CAD of those and being like, okay, this is why I chose this specific element or this screw or this geometry to be able to have a certain output in a design. And I also want to do CAD tutorials. CAD tutorials I feel like are really good. However, it's a lot of, okay, introduction to CAD, make a shape. Cool, I know how to make a shape. How do I go from making a shape to making a robot? There's a big gap there. I know that there's some material out there that's covering a little bit, but it's more of how to use a software than it is to actually how to apply a software into an application. And understanding how to go about using, okay, I know all of this sweep loft, all the different types of extrusion. How do I go from taking that extrusion knowledge to actually being able to produce something? For example, this is a robot that I'm currently working on with my rival robotics team. This is the drive base to that robot. I would go through a video breaking down why I chose to design it like this. How does this dead axle wheel assembly right here work? And why did I choose to make it a dead axle wheel assembly? And why did I choose to use aluminum for this plate? Why did I choose to 3D print this piece right here? And why did I choose to use belts instead of gears? These are all different design choices. And those different design choices have each individual pros and cons. And when we start weighing up those pros and cons is how we're able to come up with a overall design that we want to work towards. This is some of the types of content that I'd love to be able to include on my YouTube channel, and some of the things I just want to share with you to be able to allow for a larger depth of understanding of different types of materials and design constraints and design elements and design philosophies. But I thank you so much for watching this video today, and I really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing some amazing content soon about all these different types of projects and how to get your foot in the door in robotics. But thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate your time. Have a great rest of your day.